Hi, hello team, my name is Monique. Welcome to the Cauldron. We are somehow in February and I am not sure how that happened or where the year has gone already, but I thought I'd do a readathon because we're trying out everything on this channel until I figure out what in the world I want to do other than talk about gay books. So Justine over at I Should Read That made me aware of the readathon that is called Februwitchy, which is right up my alley, and it is basically for the entire month of February. The only prompt that you have to follow is that your book either has to have witch in the title, it has to be about a witch, and there's a third one and I can't remember it. Your title has to have titles. It is held by Asha, who has a blog, which I will link down below, which I believe is called A Book, a Cat and a Cup of Tea or something along those lines. I can't entirely remember, to be all honest. She's also on Twitter, and there is like a snazzy little spreadsheet that you can be a part of, and it looks really cute and really exciting. Anyways, I'm very excited. I have chosen my TBR for this. I have a ton of books with witch in the title that I would really like to read, and this is just giving me allowance. I am allowed to read it. I may also try to read some other books. I also need to read a couple of arcs, but these are the 5 books that I have chosen to try and read in February, which is a very short month, and I am severely behind already on my book reads goals. So let's get to it. First up, we got The Near Witch by Wee Swab. This is Wee Swab's debut novel. I have yet to read anything Wee Swab, so I thought, why not start out with the very first one. The Near Witch is a classic, sort of scary retelling, fairy tale-ish book about a girl who is stuck in this town called Near where nothing ever happens, and then suddenly stuff happens. As you can tell, I am a great reviewer person. At one point or another I will maybe figure out how to do these properly, but in general you're just gonna have to live with the fact that I just say very excited, point at things, say happy, happy, happy. Also, this is super beautiful. I want this in a giveaway. Look at this. Ugh, so gorgeous. Anyways, so first book. Next up, we got The Witch Child by Celia Reese. This is one of my girlfriend's books. It is a historical, I don't think it's a fantasy. I think it's a historical book about witch trials, and specifically about a teenage girl whose grandmother gets hanged as a witch, and then she flees and tries to find her place somewhere else. And this book, I believe, is written as diary entries. It's not very long. I really like witchy things, so ta-da! Also, I'm trying to get some books in on my TBR that aren't just fantasy or sci-fi or fantasy romance. So I'm trying to do one of those a month, so this could very well be it. Up, we got Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I am super stoked for this series. It sounds like everything that I would love. I believe there are 4 books out currently in the series. There's a 5th one coming out, maybe. This is gonna read the inside because I apparently can't. In the Witchlands, there are almost as many types of magic as there is ways to get in trouble, as 2 desperate young women knew all too well. Sophia is a truth witch, able to discern truth from lie. It's a powerful magic that many would kill to have on their side, especially amongst the nobility to which Safi is born. So Safi must keep the gift hidden, lest she be used as a pawn in the struggle between empires. And then her sister, Isolde, is a thread witch, can see the invisible ties that bind and entangle the lives around her, but she cannot see the bonds that touch her own heart. Her unlikely friendship with Safi has taken her from a life as an outcast to one of reckless adventure, where she is the cool, very balanced to Safia's hot-headed impulsiveness. I am so stoked about this. Also, I need the entire series. I need to read it immediately, and I don't know why or how I haven't read this yet. I also want this as another giveaway from Shakade from Shakade Reads on Instagram, and she's delightful and weird, so you should go follow her if you don't already. Next, we got Winterwood by Cher Earnshaw. I am slightly behind on my Owl Crate books, and I do feel like this is slightly witchy in some ways. I know that there is a mysterious forest and a boy who shows up who can't remember who he is. There's this family which our main character is a part of that has always been like the protector of this forest. I think they're called Walker women, and they are thought of as witches, so it may or may not count. I'm gonna pretend it counts if needed. Also, this is the beautiful Owl Crate edition, and it's just like gorgeous. Then I have a couple of books that are dependent on both mood and whether I can get to them. I'm going to try and read, and they are sort of witchy. I feel like they're like a little bit witchy, just like a tad witchy. But the first one is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I have this whole series, which is like new to me. I bought it last year. I was like, yes, I'm gonna read it. Everyone talks. It's supposedly like adult fantasy set in Russia with like a ton of mythology and magic, and I'm like pumped. And I think maybe it's a little bit of a retelling of I can't remember what that fairy tale is called, but it's basically a girl who tries to save her family by going into a bond with like this bear prince. I think it's the east of the west and west of the north. Words. Anyways, I'm super stoked. I'm gonna try to read this book, and the last book is called Winter of the Witch, so I'm hoping there's some witchiness in here. I'm very excited. And last but not least, I am going to try to read The Guinevere Deception by Kristen White. It's an Arthur retelling, and basically Guinevere is not actual Guinevere. She's a changeling. She has come in to sort of protect Arthur. There's a ton of magic going on. I'm sort of hoping there's some witchy vibes in here. Also another Alcrate book that I'm very excited to read that I just haven't, because I keep getting arcs from NetGalley and I can't stop myself, and I'm super stoked. But I also want to read them before they actually come out. So that is my little stack of booklies that I'm gonna try to read for the Februwitchy readathon, and they all look beautiful and I'm very excited. And basically, if you feel like joining, definitely look up the links that I have put down below. So let's do it, team. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of these books, let me know down below. Or if you know any other really great witchy books, then I would love to hear about them. I try to post at least twice a week. I'm still building. This is still almost happening. I'm trying really hard, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye. This is an Arthurian This is an Arthurian? What are words?